Listen, it is not the will of God for you to become a point of ridicule after all the price he has paid for you on the cross. Did you hear what I said?
I hear you, sir.
It is not the will of God for you to become a laughing stock after all the laughter and mockery he went through for your sake. It is not the will of God for you to live a self-pitied life after all the shame and reproach he went through. It is not the will of God for you to live a borrowed life after everything he borrowed for your sake. I was sitting like this and somebody asked me, what did he borrow? How many of you know Jesus borrowed? Listen, everything for the 3.5 years he lived on earth, everything he did, he lived on borrow. You know why? The Bible said he that was rich became poor so that we that were poor. He borrowed everything. When he was going to preach to the multitude in Luke 5, there was no pulpit like this. He saw the boat of Peter, he borrowed it. The boat of Peter became the platform with which he used to preach. On his way to the triumphant entry to Jerusalem, he borrowed a colt so that you will not borrow to travel. And when he looked around after ministering, there was nothing to feed the multitude. And he asked the disciples, where can we get bread? Philip and Andrew, they said, there's a little lad here, there's a small boy that have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. He borrowed. So how can he borrow and you borrow? When he said, I have paid off.
It's an error.
When he died on the cross, in his death, to be buried, he borrowed a tomb. Are you still here?
Yes, sir.
He borrowed a tomb on a Good Friday by the man called Joseph of Arimathea. Gave him his tomb, he borrowed it. So even in his death, he didn't have any. Why will he go borrowing so that you won't die a shameful death?